Founders of a new brewery in Edgerton are heading to Edmonton this weekend to promote their product. The Rocky Mountain Wine Festival has hosted tens of thousands of people each year, connecting sellers with buyers across the country. As Peter Quinlan reports, this event will be the perfect start for their new brews.
Among the rolling hills and meandering creeks is where four young men had a dream. Their hope was to reach the community, bring people together, and share good times.
We all are small town people, and we've all seen the demise of the small towns. So we're always talking about what could be done to bring a town back to life.
These men have begun making their dream a reality. With the construction of the brewery well underway, they will travel to Edmonton this weekend to help get their business started.
We're really excited about this weekend coming up. We have the Rocky Mountain Wine Festival in Edmonton at the Shaw Convention Center, and that's sort of our inaugural putting it out to the public and seeing what the public's going to say to it about us for us.
Over 150 exhibitors from across the country will attend the festival. The founders of Ribstone Creek Brewery will get feedback on their recipe and sell their beer alongside other brewers such as Big Rock, Mountain Crest, and Keats.
And our tasting research that we've done indicates that we're on the right track, and it'll be well accepted in our target area. And so we're really excited to see if that holds up in the real taste test with the public.
The beer will be brewed in Edgerton starting in the spring, but in the meantime, their unique recipe will be produced by contractors in Edmonton.
This beer is a very bright, clean tasting beer, and we're hoping it will appeal to everyone, to the young people. We've had a little debut with it, did some testing at my daughter's wedding, and it was a very big hit.
The Ribstone Creek Brewery will be offering samples of their new beer at the festival this weekend, and it will be available at local bars starting next week. Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.
Lloydminster played host to a couple of blues legends last night at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. Jack Haskins brings us more from last night's event that featured blues pioneer Johnny Winter and the highly decorated Canadian guitarist David Gogo.
Those who were at the Vic Juba Monday night were treated to not one, but two world-renowned guitar players. The show opened up with a spirited performance from British Columbia native David Gogo. The headliner, a true veteran of the music industry, the legendary Johnny Winter. Winter is on the first leg of his world tour. He's played shows in front of massive amounts of people, like at Woodstock, but these days he prefers smaller venues like the Vic Juba Theatre.
I like being close to people. I don't like the big jobs where the people are a long way away. You just don't feel that close. You don't get as much feedback from the audience.
Winter just released a new album in September titled Roots. It's made up of cover songs that inspired Winter back when he first started to play. He got to work with several big names when he was cutting the album.
A lot of guests my brother plays on. Edgar plays on a song. Jimmy Vivino, Conan O'Brien's guitar player. Warren Haynes.
Winter's next stop on the tour is October 19th in Saskatoon. Jack Haskins, Newcap News.
The SPCA are about to kick off their Scaredy Cat campaign running the week before Halloween. Jennifer and Allison have more details on that and introduce us to a very playful pup and a shy but social cat on this week's Pet Project.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Jake.
Yes, Jake, if you are looking for a goofy, energetic dog, this could be the dog for you. He is an 8-month-old lab cross. He is already neutered, microchipped, up to date on his vaccinations. He just needs a rabies vaccination, so he's pretty much good to go looking for his home. He has some basic commands down, but he definitely does need work on his training and just continuing with his socialization. He's a really social guy. We've introduced him to dogs and cats here at the shelter. He loves both. He loves playing. He's just looking for an active home that's willing to keep up with him.
And who is this?
This is Mumford. Mumford's been with us for quite some time now. He is an incredibly social cat. We currently have him in our cat condo, which means he gets along really well with other cats. To adopt Mumford, it's $110, but with that you get an incredibly social cat, but one that's also neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, and dewormed, which is a savings of $320 if you were to get a cat and go through that whole process at the vet. So it's quite a deal, and you get an amazing cat with them.
So Jennifer, you have this Scaredy Cat campaign. What exactly is that?
Yeah, it's running the week before Halloween. So next week, October 24th to 28th, people can go to different participating businesses. So that will be Superstore, Co-op, Sobeys, and Future Shop. And they can purchase one of these Scaredy Cats for $2 and get to write their name on it. And all proceeds will go to our spay and neuter campaign. And that's where we try to spay and neuter as many animals as possible before they leave the shelter doors. It's a big campaign. We have a lot of animals that we have to spay and neuter, and it costs a lot of money. So by donating to our spay and neuter campaign, people can support the SPCA and support getting your pet spayed or neutered.
Perfect, and thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.